Hi, my name is Abby, and I am your new therapist. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Leah. My friend Bryn recommended you to me. He's such a good friend, and I've talked to him about a lot of the issues that I have going on in my life. I've had a lot of issues lately, and he said that talking to you may help me out.
It's nice to meet you, Leah. Can you tell me a little bit about why you're here today?
I've been so depressed lately. I'm just having such a hard time with everything in my life. I feel like it's the lowest point I've ever had. Honestly, it's just been one thing after another. I just feel like I feel like it'll never get any better. Bryn told me that I needed to go talk to someone, but I just don't know. I feel like no matter who I talk to, they'll judge me for my mistakes that I've made. And man, I've made a lot of them. I regret so many things that I've done wrong in my life. There's so much that I wish I could go back and change. I've been such a screw up. I feel like the world would just be better without me in it.
Now, as your new therapist, I vow that anything that's said in this session will stay in this session, and I will try to do my best to help you out in any way that's possible. Can you tell me a little bit about what's all going on in your life right now?
Well, I think it all started when I was younger and I had a rocky home life. My dad was never around much and didn't really support my mom. Money was hard, and both my parents were gone a lot. They left me alone with a babysitter. I got lonely since I was an only kid. My parents divorced when I was around 13 or so. My mom had to take over raising me with my dad being gone. He decided he didn't want much to do with me after they split up. Then when things got hard, I started acting out in school and acting out at home. I had a hard time and just acted terrible in and out of the community. Things have just been so hard for me since my dad left. I feel like they're never going to be any better. I feel like it's all my fault sometimes.
It sounds like you've had a rough time as a teenager. Can you tell me about what other issues are going on in school and with your parents?
I've just had a lot of problems with people who are in charge of my life. I guess you could say I've had a problem with authority figures, my parents, my teachers, the police officers. It's like I have an issue with anyone who tells me what to do. With my mom, I think a lot of the issues have been with the difficulties I've had with school. I was extremely outcasted and was treated terribly by my friends. I had such a hard time meeting people that I liked, and when I did meet people that I liked, we didn't stay friends for long when their parents realized what sort of influence I was having on their lives. Maybe it was because my parents split up, or them being gone so much when I was growing up, or maybe it was because I never really had anyone to play with at home. I was left to fend for myself, and I guess that made it much harder on me to make friends. I know I had a hard time with my dad leaving, and maybe I acted weird because of it. I feel like I'm smart, but I just have a hard time focusing on stuff. I always loved art in school. Art kept me alive. It was my way of expressing myself. What really got my heart going when I was a teenager was the medical field. My dream as a young kid was always to be a medic on an ambulance. I love I loved healthcare and wanted to help people out, but it's never been just that simple for me. Nothing can ever be simple in my life.
So, have you tried to get into the classes that are needed to be a medic?
Oh yeah, I did, but I just flunked out. I didn't try hard enough, just like I did in high school. I couldn't deal with my teachers telling me what to do all the time. It drives me crazy, man. Eventually, I was told at my paramedic school that I didn't have what it took to be a medic. Man, that absolutely crushed me. I thought I had what it took. I tried so hard. I wanted so badly to help people, but I was turned away from my dream because I wasn't good enough. I've never been good enough. Not for my parents, not good enough for my teachers, not good enough for my friends, and definitely not good enough to follow my dreams.
You were talking about your issues at school. What else happened at school that's been an issue in your life?
Oh, my artwork, yeah. I spray painted the walls of my school one time. It made me feel so alive to decorate. They felt so bare and empty that they just needed a little bit of excitement to make school interesting to me again. Eventually, I got caught in the act when I was arrested for the night. My mom my mom had to pay some pretty heavy fines, and she was already having a hard time with money. This just strained our relationship even more. My relationship with my dad before this happened, it was already strained. He really only came around if he wanted something because I was working and he wasn't. But after, he hasn't contacted me or my mom since. I guess it was for the better, but it still makes me feel like a failure. Sometimes I just want to end it all.
Leah, your mom cares about you, I am certain. Have you tried anything else to follow your dreams? I know how hard it must be to be turned away from your dreams. Have you tried anything else?
Oh, I'm enlisted in the Army because I felt like I could be a medic there. I was told that I would be able to work on becoming a medic if I enlisted, so that's what I did. I enlisted 3 years ago to serve for 4 years. When I got into training, I realized it was much like my home life, structure that I didn't want and couldn't listen to the people in charge. I don't like people telling me what to do, remember? So taking commands from an officer was so hard on me. I don't know why I didn't think of that before I enlisted. This made me want to leave the Army, but I needed to finish off my 4 years first. I never quit what I started until it's finished. Well, except for medical school, but who's counting that? This made me turn to drinking to deal with my personal issues. I felt like alcohol was the answer to all my problems. If I just drink more, it hid the depression and pain I was feeling. I felt more alive when I had the bottle in my hand. So I was going to the liquor store several times a day, each time I finished the bottle. It's an expensive habit, but I felt like that was the only way to deal with my issues. Until that night, man, I don't remember anything from that night but waking up in the hospital. But from what I was told by the police officer, I got behind the wheel of my car and drove to the liquor store to buy more alcohol. I blacked out at this point. Sorry, this is hard to talk about. I blacked out and I ran into oncoming traffic. It instantly killed the other drivers and their kids who were coming back from vacation. It broke my leg in 3 places and shattered 2 of my ribs. I had to be put on medical discharge from the Army because of how badly it hurt me. All I could do for 6 months was lay in my bed and hardly move. I was so doped up on pain medication, I became addicted to that too. Things have been so hard since then. The only thing that saved me from doing jail time was that they evaluated my mental health issues and they found out how depressed I've been. Now I feel terrible every day for the mistakes I've made. Everything was all my fault. I feel like my life's over. I just want to end it.
I understand how depressed you're feeling. Have you talked to anybody else ever about the issues that you've had, do you think?
No, I haven't. Well, except for Bryn. He became one of my best friends in the Army. I told him about everything. Even when I was discharged, we still kept in touch. I talked to him every single day. He became the brother that I never had. That makes his wife jealous, but he's helped me so much. That's why he wanted me to go talk to someone. He felt like at this point in my life I needed someone besides him to talk to about my feelings. I feel like my issues that I've had will always be a problem in my life. It just will never get any better. Things just get worse and worse. My whole life is a nightmare that I can never wake up from because of the addictions I've had. I feel like I'm at a loss. I just want to put myself out of my misery because everyone else around me is suffering. I just want to end it all.
We have 4 minutes left in our session today. Are there any other ways that you think that you could follow your dreams of helping people?
I don't know at this point in my life that I'm capable of doing it anymore. I'm just not cut out for it. It isn't worth me or to anyone else who's around me. I just want things to get better, but I feel like they never will.
I feel like you may be able to find different programs at community colleges that can help you with your finding your dreams. Do you think you can maybe get in there?
Yeah, maybe, but we're going to start.
I would start by visiting the local community colleges and seeing if there's any programs to help you get your license. That would maybe help you make a difference in your community. Do you think that would help you feel less depressed, that you can make a difference in someone else's life?
Yeah, maybe. I just feel like nobody gets how I feel. Nobody really cares about me to learn about the issues that I'm facing. I want things to get better, but I feel like they never really will be better at all. I feel like I'll live this for the rest of my life. That's why I just want to end it. It wasn't fair to the family that I killed. It isn't fair that I took their lives, and it isn't fair that I get to live. I just want to put myself out of the guilt and misery that I live with every single day. I'm such an awful person. I wish I could go back and change the way things happen, but that's the sad part of life. I can't go back and fix my mistakes. That is why it would be better if I could just end it now. But now I'm having to live with my boyfriend who is 20 years older than me. He's very controlling and abusive. And the worst part, we're having this baby together. I don't want my child to grow up with a terrible mother. I want my child to have stable and loving parents that I never had. Not this messed up situation. I want to end it before they have to deal with this messed up life that I've made for myself.
Leah, everyone makes mistakes in their life that they have to deal with. Everyone messes up. No one in this life is perfect. That's why it's important to own up to our mistakes, but at the same time, we have to move on from them. Do you understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I guess. It's just hard when the mistakes that you make are as big as the mistakes that I've made. I try to own up to them. I know no one's perfect, and I've messed up a lot. What can I do to get things right in my life? I really want this second chance, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So you think that I could be able to follow my dreams of becoming a medic after all that I've done? You think I'm still worth something, even though I've done so much wrong?
I absolutely do. And I don't think that you and your mother's relationship is completely severed either.
How can I fix the relationships that I've shattered with my addictions?
It's important to show your mom and everyone around you that you're trying to get your life together. You need to show them that you're trying to go back for your medic's a license and that you're trying to make a difference in everyone else's life. You need to show them that you're sorry for the mistakes that you've made, but at the same time, you need to own up to them.
Would you help me get the paperwork started to Would you help me get the paperwork started to help me get out of the house?
Yeah, we'll definitely do this at the end of this session. Are there any other questions that you might have today?
I don't think so. Thanks for your help. It really means a lot. It really does. Nobody's ever really took the time to care about me the way you have today. It means a lot to me.
You're welcome. We will plan on seeing you again in 2 weeks. Does Monday, October 13th at 3 p.m. sound okay to you?
It sounds great for me. Thanks again for all your help.
You're welcome. Have a great week and write down any noticeable changes that you're seeing in your life and the changes in the things that are around you. I will see you again at your next session.
Thanks.